don't ever go to a strip club right when they open. One of the worst decisions we've ever made. You think you get to a strip club right when they open and you're the first people there? No! There was a big fat guy in the corner who never left. I don't know why you seem like such a Kelly Clarkson guy.
I am a Kelly Clarkson guy. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, honestly, f*** you. And that's to everybody in the chat. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, f*** you. I'm not calling you a slur by saying you love Sam Laporta. It's okay. You love Sam Laporta. Say you love Sam Laporta. Say it.
I like Sam Laporta tonight.
No, say you love him.
I like Sam Laporta.
No, say you love him, dude.
I don't love Sam Laporta.
But 18 and 19 is good enough for the Florida Gators, as long as you're a young, cool guy who f***ing gets top 10 recruiting classes every f***ing year, and you lose games to Georgia Southern and South Florida. I f***ing hate this guy.
You think I have a model?
You don't have a model. You've never talked.
You are being serious. You think I have a model?
You ever thought about having a model?
No. Ye motherfucking ha. Steak, you were vibing during that intro video and you were giggling. What was so funny over there?
I mean, you know what was so funny? The exchange between you and the guy on Twitter was that's incredible.
So I texted Steak. I was like, hey, I'm gonna post my Oura Ring sleep score. I did it yesterday. I'll do it today. And like, unless you think it's like kind of douchey. He was like, no, go for it. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I posted it, and this guy commented, this guy, Jeff, he said, men using a sleep ring, ... Men have become so soft. And I said, tough guy. And then he replied, 3 tours in Iraq and Afghan. I was like, well, I mean, what am I going to say to that? I was like, thank you for your service. I'll go fuck myself. Actual tough guy just fried Jeff Sunday.
Could you imagine being in Iraq or Afghanistan with an Oura Ring on? And it's like, you've experienced extra stress today. That's because you're fighting a fucking war for the country.
Oh, dude. No, I mean, I guess when you put it that way, there is no defense. There is no defense.
Perspective is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. I always think perspective is great, honestly. Some people, my friend has his sister has like a PhD in psychology, and she's like a therapist. And she was like, oh, you don't talk about perspective. And I'm not trying to get all deep or anything, but I'm like, that's crazy. I use perspective all of the time. But yeah, anyways, good morning, everybody.
W Jeff.
Jeff, yeah, that was great, by the way. We always appreciate that. We love ball busting, and thank you for putting me in my place. But no, I think I've always done a pretty good job of acknowledging, like, if I'm gonna do something that's kind of soft, like wear Birkenstocks, like I know how douchey I look. I really, you know what? I remember that viral tweet. I think it was the guy for Barstool, and he tweeted about putting sunscreen on, and then some guy like chirped him, and he said, imagine thinking you're tougher than the sun, the fucking sun. And it was, I mean, that went like mega. Do you remember that?
Yes, very funny.
And I'm like, I'm not a sunscreen guy, so it's kind of funny. Like, I hate sunscreen, hence why I put a fucking fishing pool shirt on, which you can't win in that regard. But I kind of see the similarities of like wearing an Oura Ring and like tracking your sleep and everything. Like, maybe it's a little soft, but I'm gonna elect to acknowledge it and lean into that. And yeah, I feel rough, but I think I should be able to power through. Steak's gonna have to carry a lot of the recaps and everything. I got a nice fresh cup. You might be able to see. Can you see the steam? Oh yeah,
it actually looks delicious.
We got some raw honey in there. We've got some mango ginger tea. I'm a big tea guy when sick. I usually don't take medicine, but I have had to crush some Tylenol, and I've got a really bad cough. When I get sick, you know what happens? I get a sore throat, then congested, then a cough, like the whole, trifecta. This is just like a cough, like deep right here. Yeah. So I took some fucking Robitussin. I went and bought Robitussin. I haven't had that shit since I was like 8 years old. I'm like, I need fucking cough medicine. So anyways, we're going to do what we can. I did. I had a little breakfast too. Had 2 hard-boiled eggs this morning. Degen, a holistic medicine guy. No, not necessarily. I'll take medicine. I try to keep it natural if I can. You know what I am? I'm a big cough drop guy. I've already said it. These are the best cough drops. Like, fuck the Halls, fuck the Ricola. They're like too sweet and sugary. They're like Gatorade. These are so fucking good. What were you about to say, Steak? Go ahead.
I was going to say you can't listen, and I think it's because you have acid reflux. But if you're feeling sick and you don't immediately take apple cider vinegar, a shot, I'm not talking about some stupid pills, and then vitamin C, a pill, not the dumb powder that has a bunch of sugar in it, and then some zinc, that's going to knock out most of your common colds. I'm just telling you right now. But I understand why you can't take apple cider vinegar, but everyone should be.
Yeah, no, it's very unfortunate. I mean, it fucks me up bad. But my wife does that. She follows that little recipe, that concoction. The zinc is something that I've never really, I'm always good at attacking a cold, but the zinc is something I've never had in my repertoire. You take a pill, like the supplement capsules, or do you take there's these the little bodega by me has these what do you call them? Like little suckers, drops? What do you call them? The little thing you suck on?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you call them?
I'm talking about a pill.
No, right. Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah, I've never done that. I usually take the ginger shots, and then remember I told you this guy I worked with, super nutty dude, but he was into holistic medicine and shit. He was into raw garlic, and I looked it up. There is a chemical that garlic releases that's very good for your immune system. I forget what it's called, but lozenges. Yeah, Esto, that works. Just take.
Did you just say lozenges? It's not an Italian dish, dude. Lozenges. What the fuck is lozenges?
That's how you say that word? Lozenges?
Dude. Lozenges is crazy.
I've seen that word. I've never known how to pronounce it. Lozenges?
Steel cheese move in silence like lozenges.
Lozenges?
Lozenges is crazy, bro.
Is it?
Insane.
Insane. Nobody says lozenges anyway.
Yeah, you just said it.
No. But I mean, nobody ever goes around saying that word.
Lozenges. Yes, they do.
Lozenges.
Yeah. That is wow.
I don't know that you know what? I've always seen that word on the packages. I've never heard that word pronounced.
Wow. That's amazing. That's incredible.
You've heard people say lozenges?
Absolutely. Enough to know it's not lozenges.
Yeah, but give me an example. Who says lozenges?
I don't know, dude. Whenever you're talking about lozenges, you say lozenges.
Nobody says that. No,
yes,
Joey Dumps doesn't say that. Time of J doesn't say that.
This is peak Jeff Sunday gaslighting right here. Because you just said
gaslighting. I'm not gaslighting. I just wanted to know. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say lozenges.
And I'm telling you, the fact that you've never heard the word lozenges before is absolutely incredible.
When would you say lozenges? Just
whenever you're talking about a lozenge, Jeff.
What is a lozenge?
It is just like a cough drop.
You fucking loser. I just asked you, what is a word for the zinc things that you suck on, and you couldn't even come up with one.
And Esto did. And Esto did.
And you didn't, though. That's my fucking
I knew
point.
What it was called. You called it lozenge.
Fuck you.
Lozenge. What did you say?
Fucking lozenge over here. Steak, you don't understand my point. You're acting like it's commonplace to sit here.
It is commonplace.
You could have said it, and you didn't.
Every single person in the chat has heard of a lozenge before. Every single person.
You had the perfect opportunity to use that word in a sentence, and you didn't.
Nope. I didn't think of it quick enough. That's completely different than not knowing what it was. Completely different. And honestly, I don't need to get you any more worked up. You're just so wrong on this. So wrong. Absurdly wrong. Out of this world wrong.
This is all I'm saying is this. This is like the eons thing. You're like, everybody says eons. Who else says eons?
Everybody in the chat, find a person besides Trent. He doesn't fucking count. He speaks literally a different language. That's what I've decided about Trent. He does not speak the English language. That's what I realize sometimes. Like when Trent's tweeting or talking, it feels like it's a different language. So Trent doesn't fucking count. Every other person in this chat right now has heard of the term lozenge. Every single one.
There will not be another person that. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm not arguing that. Everybody, let's bring it back for a second, then we'll move on. I have seen the word lozenges. Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about if you were to say it. When Esto commented in the chat, I am the one that said, oh yeah, lozenges. That's what it is. I know what it is. Listen to what I'm saying.
You're the only person that pronounces it that way.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm not denying that. Listen to what I'm saying. Nobody uses that word in a normal conversation. And case in point is, I was literally asking you, what do you call those things you suck on for zinc, which is a fucking lozenge. You didn't know. You didn't fucking know.
No, wrong.
No, you didn't know.
That's gaslighting. Wrong. Just because I couldn't come up with it as quick as Esto doesn't mean I didn't know that.
Come up with it. Like it's an equation. Come up with it.
Said it in 12 seconds, dude.
Because Esto is the fucking real G. You are a phony fuck, Mr. Everybody says lozenges.
And here I am, the one who knows how to pronounce it and doesn't pronounce it like it's something Garfield, like it's something fucking Garfield eats.
You've heard it one fucking time and you remembered it.
I've heard it many times.
You can't name one time you ever. I guarantee nobody in your life has said lozenge in the last decade. Not one person.
Not true.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Anyways, I probably got about 10 minutes left in me before I fucking pass out. That's so not true. Okay, just give me an example of when anyone in your fucking friend group says the
that's
word
gaslighting. That's gaslighting, and I know you probably don't understand because a lot of gaslighters don't understand their gaslighting. The whole give me an example thing is ridiculous. It's not. No one in the world has an example of the last time they heard the word lozenge, dude. It doesn't get stored up here like that. It's let me tell you, in fucking March 7th, 1996, my grandma said lozenge to me. That's not how life works. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say. No. Give me an example of the last time you heard someone say that. That's not a thing.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I don't need a timestamp. I don't need to know who said it.
You're saying give me an example.
I'm asking, how would somebody even say it to you in a sentence? Just give me an example. Does your wife go out when you're sick and say, "Hey, Steak, would you like me to pick you up any lozenges?"
No, but I guarantee you get a bag of cough drops. They say lozenge on them.
That's not my fucking point. You're not listening.
Your point is stupid. I am listening. Your point is dumb.
Did you just hear what you said? The word is on a bag of cough drops. I acknowledge that. When would somebody use the word in a sentence in real life? That's all
I don't know, dude. There's people that call soda pop. I don't know. Lozenge is a word. People use it. There's absolutely people that call cough drops lozenges. Absolutely. Give me an example of one. I don't fucking have one.
I'm not denying that there are people in the world that use it. And I'm not denying that there are people in the Midwest that call it soda pop. My point is you, motherfucker. You don't call soda pop. You don't call it shit lozenges.
What lozenge is. It's just that simple,
That's
dude.
Not what I'm saying.
What you're saying is
ever use it in a sentence?
Yes.
Never.
Yes, I have. Everybody has.
You have never used that fucking word in a sentence.
Not true. Not true.
Just give me an example. How would you use it in a sentence?
It's literally can be replaced with a cough drop.
I understand. And I just
for examples. Stop asking for examples. I don't have an example of the last time I used the word lozenge.
I just say, give me, how would you use it in a sentence? How would you?
Any way that you would use cough drop in a sentence.
Right. But you use cough drop, right?
Most times, yes. Most times, yes.
Except most times.
I've used lozenge enough to know it's not lozenge. Now, can we move on? This is too much time.
Literally, one time is enough.
Can we move on?
We can. I'm just glad that
we're on right now. Let's just agree. Fresh start. They should start calling us the Febreze brothers because it's going to be so fresh in here. Let's just move on.
I said it last night since I have a cold, but I don't know how to pronounce it either. Well, you still said it. Nobody. By the way, fun word, lozenges. All it takes is one time to pronounce it correctly. But this goes back to everybody that Steak hangs out with says eons and lozenges, apparently. So you just have to make sure this motherfucker doesn't
peak gaslighting, and now we're not moving on.
It's not. I'm actually thinking that you're stretching out the word gaslighting a little bit. I don't think you really even know what gaslighting is anymore. You just like saying gaslighting.
Number one thing a gaslighter says is that the person accusing the person of gaslighting doesn't know what gaslighting
is. You're an interesting guy to debate with. Because you are the guy where it's like
interesting too, because you're so wrong, but you're also so good at arguing. Like you would be a really good lawyer. You're just a very stupid man.
I am not acknowledging that I am. I'm not saying that I'm not wrong. Hand up, I'm wrong. I said lozenges like lasagna. But all I'm asking, because when you correct me, is like, how do you not know that? Everybody says lozenges. Me and my buddies, we go to CVS and we're like, hey, anybody need some lozenges? Oh, I'm out of lozenges. Hey, babe, can you pick up some lozenges on the way home? That's what you're acting like.
Well, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. But I want you to have this conversation with your wife.
We're not having a conversation with my fucking Colombian wife because she's gonna take your fucking side. Okay.
No. You don't have to tell her which side was which. Maybe she'll think I'm the person who says fucking lozenges.
The pronunciation is wrong. We're moving on from that.
Please talk about St. Louis, Michigan, or something else.
No. You want to hear something my wife did this morning? This is crazy.
Yes, so bad.
my wife had a 7:30 flight from JFK to Vegas this morning. What time do you think I checked traffic. We're 57 minutes away from the airport. Okay. 7:30 flight departure. What time do you think she left?
Because I know her, I'm going to say she left at 6 a.m.
She left at 6:15.
She's a psychopath, an absolute psychopath. And with all those videos on the internet of these airports being absolutely awful, she's a psychopath. So I woke up. I took Tylenol PM, but I woke up while she was like getting things together. And I looked at the time and I'm like, okay, she hasn't left for the airport yet. She knows JFK is so much further and harder to get to than LaGuardia. I'm like, I'm about to look at my phone, like, please tell me it's 5:30. And it was 6:07. That's
nuts. And for the net, I didn't want to say anything because you can't. Like, I'm telling you, Spanish women, they just don't understand. They have no concept of time. They don't move quick. They don't get ready quick. It's just like, I'll go at my own pace. If I get there, I get there, whatever. But I asked her. I asked her yesterday because I'm like, getting to JFK for you at 7:30 is not going to be fun. Like, is it a big deal if you miss your flight? She said yes. I was like, okay, I can tell you what to do. You know, you see TSA is crazy. You see everything, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how she made it. She got through security in 12 minutes. She ran and steak. I looked it up because she told me, she's like, look up, you know, whatever the gate was, like 55 something. It's the last gate in JFK. She ran a mile to get there. They were about to give her seat away to stand by. And she just got there. I'm just like, I just don't know why anybody would do that. It stresses me out. It shouldn't, but it stresses me out. Absolutely.
Should I tell my story, what I did at the Nashville airport?
Yeah, you should.
So I leave you with Corn and Snidesy, Snidesy. I got to say hello before I headed out. I went to the airport 2 hours early. That's how I fucking roll. Yeah, I'm going to the club. Yeah, I'm going to the bar. No, I'm not stressing myself out about fucking getting to my flight on time. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. I'm going to enjoy myself. Anyways, get out of the Uber. I left my wallet in it. Now, I was having a chat with my Uber, and she was speaking pretty good English, even though she was calling me Jack when my name's Jake, which I think every Uber driver calls me Jack. I left my wallet in. So I do the contact thing on Uber, and I call her, and she's like, she doesn't speak English. I'm like, wait, we were just fucking talking in the car. She cannot understand anything I'm saying. I'm like, I'll give you $100 right now if you just turn around and bring me my wallet back. Nothing. Can't get a hold. She's not understanding. So I'm like, fuck, my wallet's gone. I get an Instagram DM from this guy. W guy, by the way. He says, I am in the back of your Uber while your Uber driver is trying to talk to you. I have your wallet. I speak Spanish. I'm going to tell her that you'll give her $100 and she's going to come right after she drops you off. But I'm 10 minutes away from where I'm going, and then she's 20 minutes away. So by that point, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have like 45 minutes to check my bag, get through the gate. And I'm hearing nightmares about airports, and Nashville looks slammed. So first of all, I'm like glazing this guy. I'm like, holy shit, you're the fucking best person ever. She comes back. She gets to me. She starts texting me in Spanish. Obviously, I do a little translate. I figure out what she's saying. She gets to me 37 minutes before my flight takes off. And I sprint through Nashville up to the terminal. 0 people in the line for security. Not a single fucking person in the line. Not one. I get through. I'm like texting my wife, like, I'm missing this flight 100%. I walk up to the gate, delayed 30 minutes. The second I get there, delayed 30 minutes. Nashville, huge W of an airport. Holy shit, I never would have made it. But yeah, that's my story about leaving.
Damn, that was just as stressful as my wife getting ready this morning. Wow. Amazing. I love when people do nice things like that. Like if you lose something and they go out of their way to look it up and like try to help you out with it. There's nothing worse than losing something. Did it fall out of like your pocket? Your wallet?
It was a dumb thing. It was long. I was gone for 8 days. I did a really dumb.
That's okay. I'm not
yeah,
for that.
Boston Sports Store. It's funny you say that because I literally told him, like, bro, send me your Venmo or something. Like, I just want to send you some money. He's like, nah, dude, I don't want the money. And I was like, man, I glazed this guy so much he probably thought I wanted to fuck him, honestly. But I was like, I'm sending every ounce of good karma I have here.
Yeah. I hope that guy's a sports bettor. I hope he's hitting something.
Didn't seem like it from looking at his Instagram page, but that's okay.
Hovey said, Jeff, wife isn't around. All I'm hearing is cooking stream is on the horizon. Yeah, I probably would if I didn't feel so bad.
Maybe you should make some matzo ball soup.
Not a bad idea. Actually, wife, when I was getting home yesterday, she made chicken soup, and like it's a Spanish-ish chicken soup with like chicken bouillon, or no, this time we were out of chicken bouillon, so she put beef bouillon in it, dude. It's really good. But yeah, I need chicken soup.
Scared to bring up another pronunciation. This one I'm not going to roast you for, but is that not called bouillon?
I thought it was bouillon. She calls it bouillon.
Well, then I trust her. I
don't know. I think you're wrong on that one.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not ready to go to war over that one anyways.
No, it's cool. I'm sure you and the homies have fucking bouillon conversations all the time. You just say every word.
You think I know how to pronounce things correctly for no reason? It's not. We are not talking about it. Not even.
No. I don't want to talk about
our trip real quick. Should we recap our trip?
Yeah, we should recap our trip. And real quick before we do, there's some subs that came in. State gave out 5 to get the party going. Props and chops, 30 months. I will. Jeff is tough as nails. Thank you. Cole's algo picks, stream streak, clampers. Shout out Sneds for the meltdown yesterday. Don't know who that is. Xander 313, 47 months, sub to the Book It Sports Twitch channel. W's, welcome. We have a hype train. TMC Time gave out 5 subs. Is TMC Time T Calente?
Yeah, TC.
Okay.
Not this weekend.
I know for some reason it like throws me off a little bit when I see the Twitch name is not the same as the Twitter name.
I love TC, but T Colin tone just rolls off the tongue. I really like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Totally agree. T Colin tone. I'd probably, if I were you, I would change it on Twitch. Like that's the T Colin tone. Anyways, TMC Time gave out 5 sub bangs. UC Bearcat gave out a sub. He's been sub for 2 months. Suddy Dutchy. Shout out my Huskies in Fuck Steaks, Florida. Yep. Hype train level 3. It's good to be with you guys. Thanks for joining us on a Monday morning. I'm going to do my best. Steak's going to carry. We have been yapping for 25 minutes to start, and we're going to yap a little bit more. We're going to recap some of the games, and we'll give you our early Sweet 16 leads. But we're not going to dive too much into the board. We're really going to recap. This is a Monday. We're going to yap a lot. Snowman's here. He loves the recaps. Shout out Snowman. And yes, Steak, let's get started. Where do you want to?
I think we should go to Saturday and just roll down in chronological order.
Well, are we talking about the trip?
Oh, trip first. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's okay. No, all right. So I'll ask you again. By the way, just so you know, the guy that you continue to side with all the time, this is where his brain is from time to time. We were ordering room service in the hotel. You had the order up, and I pulled it up as well because I was looking at the menu. This is what Steak does sometimes. He's like present, but he's not present. And that's okay. I'm bad at it too, but I'm trying to get better. And I asked Steak basically a yes or no question. I said, all right, cool. So are you going to order or am I going to order? And he goes, yeah, man, let's order. How does that answer the question?
I don't know. Yeah, it's March.
I need an A or a B, and you gave me a C. You order or I order? He says, yeah, man, let's order. So let's start from the top. Dayton, awesome time. We did recap a little bit of Dayton, didn't we? Because we did stream. Yeah. Did we stream Friday or Thursday? I forget. We streamed Friday. Thursday, we did the Pickett show. Friday,
Nashville. Wednesday, Dayton. We streamed both those.
So Friday, we did a little recapping. Dayton was awesome. Highly recommend going to the first 4. Shout out Brinks Picks. It was great to meet up with him. Again, I'm done glazing him, but Biev was an awesome guy to watch the games with. Shout out, saw a couple guys there that are followers. It was awesome. The shout out Howard. Howard showed up. Coach was awesome. Team was awesome. Fans were awesome. Miami of Ohio was great. That was electric. We drove to Circa in Kentucky, which is about 30-40 miles outside of Nashville on Thursday. Got there straight to the book. Met up with Korn, W Korn, a couple other guys. I don't know if they're in here very often, but if they are, shout out those. Nico and Connor. And then Friday, we stayed at the hotel. Friday, we did my first day in Nashville, my first Nashville experience. You stayed till about 4:00, then you went to the airport. And I did pretty good, not drinking too much because I am old and I'm getting beat up. But I'll tell you, Tuesday night and Wednesday night, I got poor sleep and I didn't even really drink much. I think I had 2 to 3 beers each time. Stopped drinking late because I didn't want to keep peeing for the end of games. I did pretty good. I think we did a good job of not even eating like shit. You know, like you're pretty good with that stuff. But first day I got like a bag of goobers, you know, but we could have done a whole lot worse. Thursday at the sports book, I still think we did okay. I ate some wings. My acid reflux was killing me, whatever. Friday morning, I took a Z-Biotics. And for some reason, I thought this thing was just like an invisible like cloak, like armor, you know? And I think I maybe have overestimated the power of Z-Biotics, especially on the 4th day of a 3-day bender. And I got roughed up. After the stream, we went to a great bar called Neighbors. And shout out Cornfields for the hospitality. Great local, great guy. Excellent tour that he gave us of Nashville. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Awesome sports bar. I tweeted about this place. We watched Kentucky Santa Clara there. That was electric. Unbelievable atmosphere. Unbelievable game. We all had Kentucky. I lost the first half. I jumped back in with the lads for the full game. Couldn't have gone out any better. By the way, Brinks gave out 5 subs. Appreciate you, Brinks. Thanks as always. It's great meeting up with you. I call him a Sunday soldier, but he's really a fake sharp rider. He can be in both our foxholes. But Nashville was great. This was your second time in Nashville, right? Or third? Third time in Nashville.
Yeah.
You're not the biggest Nashville guy, but after that bar, we did go to Broadway. That was my first Broadway experience, obviously. You had been to Broadway before, but you also went during the NFL draft. So, I mean, it was fucking chaos. I got to say, Nashville is an interesting town. I liked it. I'll definitely go back. I like Tennessee as a state. But there was, before we get to the games, I just want to talk about my Nashville experience. I think you left after I rode the bull. Korn took us on a little tour up and down Broadway. I don't know if anybody in here has been.
Well, first, I think you should talk about riding the bull and how that experience went first. Maybe recap everyone on that. I think there's a video out there on Cornfield's Twitter if anyone wants to see Jeff riding the bull in a, I guess, do we call that a crop top?
I don't know what we call it. Yeah. So Korn went to Goodwill. He got me shorts that were really short. My nuts are still sore. And a shirt. We cut it in half. I think it said they can't drag us down. That was pretty good. Changed at the bar, went and rode it, told the guy to take it easy on me a little bit, gave him $10. I had to explain to a bunch of people that I lost a bet. Shout out Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I don't know. I mean, I sent it to my mom because she finds this stuff very funny. And I have ridden a mechanical bull before. I think I posted it on Twitter. I don't remember. It's hard. It's really hard. You've never ridden a bull.
I never have. No, I don't believe I would either. However, you did a pretty solid job on the bull. Once again, there is a video if anybody wants to see it.
My mom said I was not good. The difference that I tried to explain to her was the bull that at Point Orlando, whatever the fuck it's called, downtown Orlando, has like an actual like straddle that you can hold on to. This just had a fucking rope. And that was really hard. And I get it. It's like, that's probably more authentic, whatever, but that hurt. My pinky hurt, you know?
Yeah.
My thighs hurt. That's what I remember is like you clench with your thighs to stay on there. But yeah, that was, you know, that I would imagine from a spectator view, it was pretty enjoyable. And that was that. Paid the debt.
Yeah. Your mom's a W, by the way. I remember when I pulled up to pick you up for Jacksonville in the big truck, the lifted truck. And then I got out of the driver's seat to get in the passenger seat, and she yells from the front door, "He's going to drive that thing."
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Ma. Yeah. Oh, that was a big fucking truck, by the way. I think I drove it pretty well too. I like big trucks. I would, if I left New York City, I would get a big truck for sure. I don't know about lifted, but like a big truck would be cool.
Yeah, I support that. Definitely dumb as shit in the city. I saw this guy in Chicago, lifted Ram. What the fuck you doing, bro? You can't put that thing anywhere.
Yeah, stupid. Anyways,
where we were at in Kentucky, you need a truck out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beautiful state, Kentucky, by the way. I have a nice Kentucky tweet that's doing pretty well. I know Special K, who's nowhere to be fucking found anymore, used to be a rider. I don't know what happened to him. All he does is just chirp and bust my balls since Sharon Moore got arrested. But I understand that Mark Stoops got fired. But, you know, my whole point was Kentucky deserves better than Mark Stoops. And it's just because they fired him and hired a guy who has 0-0 record. I think that the tweet still was made sense.
They got Oregon's guy. What's that dude's name?
Will Stein. But they had him for like 12 years. Not like he was just there for like 2 to 3 years. I'm just saying the state deserves better than Mark Stoops and Mark Pope. Mark Pope is a shit coach. But anyways, we'll talk about that. I just want to talk about Nashville for a second. Here's the thing. I noticed, and I was getting pretty drunk. I think I probably had like, you know, I'm not counting drinks from high school, but I don't know, like 10 drinks throughout the day. And I was going back and forth. I think I started with like a margarita. I had some like gin and gingers and a vodka Sprite. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. It was just no discipline by me. And if we continue to do trips like that, which I hope obviously we will. I don't know how often we're going to, but I have to be better about like being disciplined and pacing myself. But I thought the Z-Biotics would really, it's not that I did a bad job. I fucked up. I went way too nuts. But I'm standing there and Corn's taking me around these bars. You walk into these buildings, there's like 3 floors and they're all got rooftop bars. They all got live music. And you stand there, you look around, it's very cool. But it's like, oh yeah, this is Luke Bryan's bar. That's Post Malone's bar. That's Kid Rock's bar. That's Morgan Wallen's bar. And I'm like, hold the fuck on. Hold on a second. Nashville, Broadway, is just one giant building, divvied up, separated, and they just slap different country singers' names.
Correct.
So it's like you're at different places, but you're really at the same place.
Correct.
And I'm not trying to say this like a bad way, but I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're different bands. There's like different colors on the wall. The bathroom looks different, but it's like, oh, kind of the same place.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. That's actually a really, really good description of Broadway. And I just want to clarify, I don't dislike Nashville whatsoever. I just don't need to go to Broadway many more times in my life. I think Nashville rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Broadway definitely is it's like a Times Square thing, I would imagine. You go do it. It's fun, but I'm sure the local bars are where it's at. Corn also took me to a rooftop at the end when you left. I think we went to like the Thompson or some shit. I'm a big fan of Thompson hotels. Nice job. Really, really clean city. I like it. I'll go back. Going to the new Titan Stadium would be fun. I think we should put that on our list. Going to a Vanderbilt game would be fun. So yeah, shout out Nashville. And then so you flew home. I drove for a number of reasons. And you know what, honestly, I didn't really regret it. It was a beautiful drive through fucking Pennsylvania, Ohio, down Kentucky, through Tennessee, back up through the Carolinas, Blue Ridge Mountains, through Virginia. Beautiful drive. But it was Saturday. I kind of miscalculated some things. Saturday, about 6 hours into my drive, when my head was pounding and I still was taking like Tylenol and it wasn't working, I was like, okay, I kind of wish I was in a plane. I stopped in Charlottesville. They had some hotels. There was like an Omni hotel, but I'm a big fan of the Kimpton hotels. They're pet friendly, so if you travel with pets, you can always stay at a Kimpton. I saw there's a Kimpton in Charlottesville, so I was like, you know what? This is where the University of Virginia is. Let me stop at this Kimpton. This fucking hotel was beautiful. I couldn't believe it. Got a room there. I use Hotel Tonight, by the way. I like that app. You get some perks and discounts and shit, whatever. This hotel was beautiful. In the little town, Charlottesville, where Virginia is, I'd like to go back. For what? I don't know. We'll talk about their basketball team in a second. Their football team is whatever. But I would like to find a reason to go to Charlottesville. Has anybody been to Charlottesville for Virginia anything? You never been to Charlottesville, have you?
I've never been to Charlottesville. You have piqued my attention, though.
A beautiful, beautiful place. So anyways, I was starting to feel pretty rough. I ordered room service. I got the salmon and a salad and a cup of tea. I popped some Tylenol PM and I went right to bed. And that's when I woke up Sunday. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. I was coughing. My best friend did his grad year at UVA. Loved it. Yeah, really, really nice campus. The hotel was packed too. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, I don't know. There's always something going on. It's like a dance competition or some shit. But that area of Virginia is beautiful. And it made me realize something, Steak. Like, there's just states that I don't know a lot about that are kind of, I don't know if they're slept on or they deserve more love. But like the hot cities, right? Of Austin and Nashville and Charleston, whatever. But the states as a whole, like Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, I feel like there's more to explore that nobody really talks about.
So it's funny you bring up that part of the country. I think you remember this, but my little sister hiked the Appalachian Trail. Does that ring any bells to you?
It does, yeah.
So she's a badass, number one. But number two, she sent us a bajillion photos, and you just don't even realize how beautiful that part of the country is until you see it. And Virginia, I feel like, is a good example. West Virginia is a good example. I don't know if it goes to Kentucky. I think it does. Tennessee, it definitely does. But yeah, she hiked the Appalachian Trail. I don't remember how long it took her. She's way fucking more badass than me. But yeah, the photos were unbelievable.
Yeah, I was really into it. So I don't know like what there is to do. I'll give you a perfect example. The basketball games being in Greenville, South Carolina. In my head, I'm like, what the fuck is in Greenville? The University of South Carolina is not even there. And then, I forget who we were talking to, but some people are like, oh, Greenville's like a beautiful little town.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I just feel like the East Coast, the actual coast is tough. Like south of DC, you really don't have anything worth stopping to until you get to Charleston and Savannah. And there's this huge 8-9 hour gap of like nothing. But inland, I feel like you probably have some nice, beautiful, like, charming towns that nobody really talks about, or maybe they do, just not in my circles. So
Greenville is one place that I've heard things about, and everything I've heard about it is positive.
Yeah. So anyways, little travel channel version of the board review here. But I especially as I get older, and I'm like over cities, that's kind of where I'd like to go domestically, like go travel a little bit, see a little bit more. That's when you start to get old, like I remember my grandpa had a camper and he just drove all through the fucking states. Like when you get old and you're like sick of people.
You, grandpa. I'm definitely doing that one day. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. North Georgia, beautiful as well. Oh, absolutely. I've been to the Blue Ridge mountain area up there. It's awesome. Asheville's great too. All right, let's start talking about some games. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel great.
I'm gonna pop a cough drop here. Yeah, somebody said, I just want to make sure, no free ads, but the Fisherman Friends are just absolutely great. I'll have to make another cup of tea as well. Excuse me. My apologies, guys, on having to cancel the Pickett show on Sunday. Oh, I got to pick a winner. Oh, I'll do it through the stream. I did a giveaway yesterday. That's right. I totally forgot. I did a giveaway, a Pickett giveaway. They called it the Pickett POD. I got to pick a winner. I'll pick somebody. Please, Steak, don't let me forget. I'll put everybody's name in a hat that posted their Pickett slip and draw somebody, and I'll shoot you a DM if you won. Okay. Yeah. So let's go to Saturday. Is it the round of 32?
Yeah.
So I got a question. Round of 64, round of 32. Mm-hmm. Then we get the fun names. Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4. Why don't we have something fun for the round of 32?
Yeah, like the flirty 32.
I mean, not great.
Sexy 64.
No, I don't know why you have to do. You sound like I will.
Sexy, but it'll be like 3 X's.
I think that I think the round of 32 sounds cool, but you can't have that if you have the round of 64. So it's like one of those needs a name.
Yeah. To be fair, they don't need names.
Oh, I have one. The saturated 64.
Yeah.
And then leave the round of 32. Anyways, Michigan, St. Louis, first game on Saturday, 95-72 Michigan. This was an over that soared. No, actually, I'm sorry. I take that back. It slowed down a lot. 161.5. That math has it at 167. It was always St. Louis team total under. Shout out to anybody who played that. Sharp read. Michigan seems to be back, Steak. They seem to be back. They seem to have woken up, which makes sense. If you were to give me a $500 free bet, no book is, but if they wanted to, blue book, green book, whatever, I'd put it on Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win it all. Kind of feels like nobody's even really talking about them to win it all. I mean, I'm sure they're not like doubting them by any means, but anyways, any takeaways? If not, we'll move over to Izzo.
Yeah, they looked really, really good. And honestly, that's the takeaway, is that in this game, Michigan looked really good. St. Louis didn't look bad. They were playing pretty good for a large portion of the game. I was impressed with St. Louis, really impressed with them against Georgia. They were a fun team to have in the tournament, but Michigan was on it, man. Michigan was on it. They look really good. I think the first 2 games we're going to talk about are going to be Duke and Michigan. Both teams won by 23 points. Completely different types of 23-point wins, in my opinion. Obviously, we'll talk about Duke next. Very, very impressed with Michigan. Don't hate your take, but I've liked them all year. Still got Arizona winning it all. But, man, I think Michigan – it will be Michigan-Arizona. I think that's the championship.
Yeah. This is true. Pin in better. Yeah. And for what it's worth, Jeff's on his 5th team to win it all. Real ones know when we did our CBB preview, Michigan was actually my pick to win it all. I like Dusty May and Special K. Once again, 2 shout-outs for Special K, and that'll be the last of it. Bitched and moaned about, oh, Jeff, don't much Michigan, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it'll be a FOMO bet for me. But like I said, I'd take them fucking 350, 360, whatever they are. I like Michigan. That would be the team I'd pick to win it all. So, fade accordingly. Michigan State 77, Louisville 69. Louisville, not a very good team. They did what they could without their best player. I guess they benefited from a really poor shooting performance from USF in the second half. Michigan State, USF. I don't know how that game would have fared, but Michigan State just kind of did what they do. They won ugly. Game goes under 151.5. Michigan State covered the 5.5 point spread. They win by 8. I have a feeling I'm on Sparty. I got them. They're the team I picked out of the 4 or 5 that have the best odds. No, the worst odds. They were like 40-1 or whatever. So out of all the teams that I picked, the stupid fucking Miami and the Ohio State and the Texas Tech, this is the only one I got a real shot with. You are adamant that they're not doing anything because this is
well, now I'm gonna go see them boots on ground on Friday against UConn. Awesome game. It looks like it's somewhere around a pick 'em. I'm nervous because the bet I made where I have to wear your body hair as a wig, I picked 6 teams. 5 of them are in the Sweet 16. So I have landmines on landmines to avoid wearing your body hair as a wig. I'm definitely scared as we talk about these games. I've been a Michigan State hater. I'm going to definitely stick to the bit. However, I can't take anything away from Michigan State in this game. I watched the entire game. In the entire game, you had zero doubt that A, Michigan State was the better team, B, Michigan State was the more well-coached team, and C, Michigan State had zero chance to lose that game at any point during the game, which I think says a lot. So props to Michigan State for this one. Michigan State, UConn should be honestly a really, really good game in DC.
I hope to join you. Steak and I will be boots on ground, boots literally on the ground, Sunday, right? For the Elite 8. You're going to the Sweet 16. I don't know if I can make it happen. I might be a little corp, but I'm going to do my best. That'll be an awesome game. Hovey just said that game's going to smack. Yeah.
The boys are coming. Joey Dumps and Time of J.
Oh, I fucking love that. Well, I do. I'm in Saturday, Sunday. I'm in DC. So you'll be there Thursday night?
Yeah. Also, can I pick a bone with Joey Dumps real quick? I don't know if you saw this. Bro, Joey Dumps is more of a snowman rider than a steak rider. You know what this fucking guy texted me yesterday? First of all, he's always watching Snowman, nonstop watching Snowman, calling himself a snowmaniac. No problem. Snowman's my guy. The other day, he says Snowman is on St. John's. I'm gonna ride. I said, I'm on fucking St. John's, dude. I'll just go fuck myself, though. I guess it's fucking Snowman's play. This guy is such a snowmaniac. There he is.
Yeah. You want to know something? This is a little reminiscent of how I feel about you sometimes. But totally different. And let me just explain why. I'll give you a nice, thorough breakdown about why I like a team total under, which you don't really play. You like full game spreads. You like full game totals. You don't like first halves. You don't like to get cute. And I'll go through this long thing. I'll be like, yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to play the under. And then the next thing will be like, so fucking RJ6969 DM me. Ole Miss team total is at 78.5. They haven't gone over that in 6 straight games. So I'm going to tail that. So the way, if anything, I actually think Joey Dumps, at least he's doing it with somebody you know and somebody who's like hot. You just do it with like any random fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry that slides in your DMs.
Yeah, I like tailing DM plays. It's fun.
Yeah, I know you do. But I like I like that you call it out. I like that you call it out. This is great. So Joey Dumps, he's Jose ain't loyal. That was very funny. I saw the text exchange. Looking forward to seeing him this weekend, and Time of J as well. If Jay is
So then our other boy took St. John's -3.5. I can say his name. I don't think it matters. Nick, obviously you know him.
Oh, yeah.
He was so mad after. I think everybody thought that bet was going to hit for like the first 98% of that game, and then Kansas came back and covers. And so he starts texting the group chat, "Who the fuck is this guy, Snowman?"
Snowman quickly became public enemy number 1.
Yeah,
you don't want to be on Nick's bad side either. All right, let's go to Duke TCU. Steak. This was our Sunday steak special. Listen, probably the closest 23-point game I've ever seen in my life. 81-58. TCU ran out of gas, but I got to tell you, man, listen, college basketball is a real tough sport to watch when Duke gets a friendly whistle. And I know some of those fouls were fouls. I get it. And I know Duke is a better team. I get it. I'm just saying, man. It was like you could tell TCU had like kind of given up and running out of gas with 10 minutes left. The lead went from 8 to 12. to 14.
I know the exact point in which TCU completely took themselves out of that game. When they got called for a goaltending that was an awful, terrible call, and then Jamie Dixon got a technical for arguing the awful call, and I was like, yeah, that was over. Kind of like when we were watching Sienna Duke at the sports book, and they missed back-to-back dunks to go up 15, and we were like, yep, that's it. GG's. Duke is winning this game. That's how you knew. Listen, man, I don't care. I think this is like such a basic-ass argument, and people say it all the time. The refs were sucking off Duke, both hands, just full go, like you celebrating at the Miami of Ohio game. It was fucking crazy. The officiating was awful, and that's why I said when we were talking about the Michigan game, in my opinion, completely different type of 23-point win here. I am not impressed with Duke. Not impressed with Duke. I think they're going to struggle with St. John's, which we're not talking about right now, and I'll be at that game as well, but I'm excited for it. I think they're going to struggle. St. John's is a tough squad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, St. John's is a tough squad. We'll talk to them in a little bit. Yeah, too bad. Shout out to the Frogs, though. You know, they were a tough team. They were a gritty team. I still can't believe that TCU Ohio State was the first game of the tournament. I mean, just the baffling decisions. We'll talk about the scheduling last night too, with all those games at 9:00. Ridiculous. Houston against Texas A&M. This is a very fair, open stream. Steak and I have been friends for a long time. We're very honest with each other. Texas A&M was a horrible wager.
Oh, awful. I think I actually was in my fucking bag. I want to say that.
Yeah.
I was in my bag. That was hands down my worst wager of the round of 32.
So
Texas Tech was pretty bad too. We'll get there when we.
Yeah. That's we'll end it with me. Trust me. But what?
I took Texas Tech too.
Oh, okay. Well, were you betting on A&M, or were you fading Houston?
I just felt like it had been so long since I've seen Houston put it all together, and it sucks because I am actually a Houston believer, but they were starting to lose me with how many I feel like poor shooting efforts came from the backcourt that I said, you know what, Texas A&M, they impressed me against St. Mary's, and I think they could keep this game close. I never really thought they were going to win or that they were a live dog. I just thought they could keep it close, and they didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I never really thought Texas A&M was that good, and St. Mary's was so fucking pathetic. But at the same time, I'm not that high on Houston. You know, like they're missing something in my opinion. Like offensively.
Wait, man. Then they put it all together, and you convince yourself it's the best team. This Illinois game will be unfucking believable.
Yeah, Texas and Gonzaga. Texas wins outright. Gonzaga was, props to any of the ball knowers out there. I don't even know if I'd watched Gonzaga once this year, but I think it was the Ramble Spaces or the streams or something. Shout out to Ramble. They did a great job this weekend. I think I heard people, maybe it was Rosa, somebody was just saying, like, I don't care what the line is, like Gonzaga's just not that good. And they really weren't. But I got to give credit to Texas, and I'm going to glaze you once again. I still think it was one of the sharpest things you've said when we left Texas NC State, and I was being all fucking reactive and emotional, and I'm fucking fading Texas. They suck, blah, 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 blah. And you said that you're going to be so annoyed because Texas is going to look like a completely different team. They do, man. They really do. The one takeaway I do have from that game is, and I think I said this in the BYU Texas matchup that concerned me, was everybody had said how BYU has no depth, and Texas has that fucking guy Weaver coming off the bench. And Biev had pointed it out. Like, he'd been a starter. Now he's coming off the bench. This guy is like a heart and hustle guy. And he's a difference maker. He really is. They've got like really interesting pieces to put it together. And I don't necessarily think they're going to win shit, but they're a scrappy team. So good for them for making it to the Sweet 16. Any other takeaways from that?
Yes, that was Rosa you were talking about. I think he was very spot on about Texas. Also, Biev was spot on. Texas does have a lot of dudes. They're really annoying. Yeah. I'm a hater because I saw them lose games they should never lose. And I said, fuck this team. There's no way they could put it all together. Sure enough, they're putting it all together. And also another thing that, like, you're not going to remember this. We won't remember this. I need someone in the chat to hold me accountable. Stop letting me believe in Gonzaga. It's like believing in fucking unicorns and fairies. Yeah. Gonzaga is never going to do anything, ever. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I don't know where my brain goes every year where I want to believe in this team and this stupid conference. These fucks need to join real conferences ASAP. I'm done with this. I'm done with how much respect this conference gets. 3 tournament teams miss me with that fucking bullshit. And Santa Clara was awesome. They were probably the best of the 3. but Kentucky sucks too. Kentucky sucks. We'll get there too, but
Yeah.
fucking Gonzaga, they're just awful. I know they're going to the Pac-12. I just don't know what that really means because who's in the Pac-12?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird and so stupid. I agree with this. Mark Few needs to be fired at Gonzaga.
Probably, yeah.
He should just retire. I mean, this guy, he even has like need to retire face. Like he just looks old. He's starting to look like an ashtray. Give it up, bro.
It's got to be exhausting doing this every year.
Oh God. Illinois 76, VCU 55. I don't know. I didn't have a wager in this game, but I think some people had like VCU team total under. Great job. If you were betting on VCU in this game, I have no idea what you were thinking. Because that VCU North Carolina game, VCU looked awful. And I had said I didn't make a wager in this, but this is where I'm kind of upset with myself. Steak, you and I watched this game at the sports book. Unfortunately, it went to overtime when we were trying to fucking leave. And I said to myself, or we said to each other, like, we got to fade VCU. Like they're not good. I didn't do it. But the only thing I will say is I'm not going to take away too much from Illinois beating them by 21. VCU is just really bad. I don't think VCU, because that North Carolina team wasn't good.
But Illinois definitely clicking at the right time.
Sure. 100%. Yeah, they're clicking at the right time for sure. I'm not downplaying the win, but VCU was bad. That's what I thought. Rex Maximus says apparently VCU was up till 5 a.m. Their hallway smelled like weed. Also ordering DoorDash McDonald's in the middle of the night. I faded for 5 times. Good Lord.
They legit played like that. And I want to just emphasize what you said. They didn't beat North Carolina. North Carolina lost. And the overtime is some of the worst basketball I've ever seen. And I actually would have been on VCU this game if I didn't watch every single second of VCU North Carolina and know that UNC folded like a fucking lawn chair. Piss poor performance. And that's why VCU fucking sucks. And that's another team I'm done believing in every year when they get to this tournament and people say, here's the mid-major that can make a big run. Surprise, it's fucking VCU again. The same fucking pig we put here every year is going to win the prize this year. And they did fucking suck. I hate watching them. They were awful to watch for literally this entire tournament.
Yeah, well said. Nebraska, Vanderbilt. I think you had Nebraska on this. I took Nebraska as well. RIP to money plays. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad Nebraska won. I don't know. Vanderbilt just kind of doesn't really do anything for me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they're fine. They're fine. But I would rather, between the two teams, I think we need a good story. You know, like we don't really have a Cinderella. Miami of Ohio died. High Point made it interesting. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But like, we don't really have a Cinderella. And even if like, I don't know, even if Texas, I know Texas is an 11 seed. Like even if they win the next game, I still feel like Nebraska is the story. Like they're the good feel-good story, I think.
They're definitely the feel-good story. They're awesome. Their fans were awesome, but there was a portion of the game, and I did tweet about it. They were doing a lot of bitching. You could just tell when the cheers turned to bitching at the refs. That sort of pissed me off a little bit, but the Nebraska fans were awesome. The fact that it legitimately felt like a home game was awesome. That game was actually incredible from start to finish. Was really incredible. But I want to say one thing. Tyler Tanner, he deserves to be in the Sweet 16. Duke Miles, probably his worst performance of the year, maybe. He does not deserve to be here, but man, Tyler Tanner did everything. And I mean everything, down to literally almost nailing like a 60-foot shot that couldn't have gotten any closer to being in the hoop. I mean, he was fucking incredible. Honestly, one of the best performances I've seen so far in the tournament this year. Tyler Tanner, he should be in the Sweet 16. But I am happy for Nebraska. That game was like just pure bliss, every single minute of it.
Why are the balls overinflated?
I don't know. I've just been hearing people say that a lot. Did you see that shot?
Yo, of course I did. Yeah,
that bitch was in the hoop.
That was in there. It came out hot, fast. I mean, little deflate gate in there, and that probably goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand. What's the point? What's the point of that?
No idea.
So, anyways, I'm glad Nebraska's going through. I think I'm just blindly going to bet them. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see the video of the guy dribbling? I don't know who it was, but he was just bouncing it, and the ball was like fucking over his head. It was crazy.
Alan Dim says Vandy get underseeded, then plays a true road game in round of 32. Very unfortunate. Committee had them set as a 5 seed for the SEC.
No disagreement with that statement.
High Point, Arkansas. Kudos to High Point, man. I like what the coach said too. I thought that was awesome. I didn't realize how good that team was. 122 at 23, 125 games by double digits. I thought that was a really good soundbite. I don't know if you heard his clip. But yeah, high point to me, I didn't want to fade Arkansas, but high point to me was like, okay, their win against Wisconsin was I mean, I didn't see it coming. I didn't. I know it's a 12-5 and like that shit happens, but you didn't want them to follow up that with a stinker like a VCU. So even though they lost, to me, like you hold your head up high if you're high point. That's for damn sure in my opinion.
Oh, they were the only Cinderella we had this year, unless you count Siena. And like, I'm not surprised they beat Wisconsin because I thought Wisconsin was greatly overperforming, specifically from the 3-point line. But they were fucking awesome. They gave Arkansas everything they could handle. They absolutely could have won that game. And they were just really, really awesome in a tournament where everyone's calling it chalk madness and there's no Cinderellas and Cinderellas are done. You got to fucking tip cap to High Point. They were really, really awesome for 4 straight halves.
All right, that's it for Saturday. Let's go to Sunday steak, and I'm gonna make a fresh batch of tea. So maybe you can carry a little bit. You want to start us off with Purdue 79, Miami 69, and then the Iowa State ass clapping. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Purdue, Miami. Yeah, so I can't glaze Purdue too much for this performance. I actually was very impressed with Miami for the majority of the game. I did like that. Purdue never lost it, if that makes sense. I think Miami might have been up at half by 2 or 4, but there was definitely a couple times in the game where you thought like, oh, if Miami extends this lead to 8 to 10, they're in a little bit of trouble. And they never did. And then they definitely folded at the end. Miami folded at the end. If you started the day with the Purdue cover, which I guess I started the day with a Purdue under, so I got pretty lucky as well because I had the live under 147.5, and I don't know if that had really any business hitting. But if you started the day with Purdue minus 7.5, you had to have felt like you got one of the luckier starts of the day. Because I'd say for about 95% of that game, you definitely thought Purdue was covering. Nothing really bad to say about Purdue. Fletcher Lawyer finally showed up. I thought Braden Smith was pretty awful, but I feel like he's also been carrying for the most part. But Fletcher Lawyer showed up. If Fletcher Lawyer doesn't show up in this game and Braden Smith plays as bad as he did, you'd really think Purdue might have lost this game. So I give props to Fletcher Lawyer for sure. If they both show up, which obviously Purdue is one of my wear Jeff's body hair as a wig team. I really don't think Purdue is going to win the national championship. But if Fletcher Lawyer plays like this and Braden Smith plays like he's pretty much played for the last 10 games or whatever, they are an incredibly tough out. I will admit that. I just have no faith in Fletcher Lawyer to put multiple games like this together. But yeah, really, really bad beat, ball talk, no doubt. Miami plus 7.5 was a bad beat. I think they were down 4 with like 40 seconds left. I have no idea how they didn't cover.
Yeah, I want to mention something. When we were talking about Purdue after the conference tournament, I think I said, I was like, I don't know that I'm like taking away too much from them beating Michigan, because like Michigan just did not seem that interested in the Big Ten tournament. But they're the guy that, if he's hot, is going to make Purdue a real problem against anybody is Fletcher Lawyer. And he had been shit for most of the season. Like, even a couple times throughout the year, I bet on him and I watched him or whatever. And like, he just looked like he just didn't have his confidence, and the team wasn't clicking. Him making these shots is massive for that team. Massive. So, in March Madness, I mean, a hot dude from 3 is like a hot goalie. And it's just like, there is just nothing you can do if that happens. So if he's going like 4 for 9, fucking 6 for 11, whatever it is, I think he was 4 for 4 at one point from 3. Purdue is going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's go to Iowa State, Kentucky. Iowa State, 31-30 at half, 82-63 final. I thought there was a little element of contrariness to Kentucky, but at the same time, there wasn't, because Joshua Jefferson was out, Iowa State's best player, who I'm not familiar with at all. Shout out to Biev. I'll give Biev credit again on that ramble space. He said he was a Lipsy guy, their point guard. I'd seen him, but I hadn't really been like overly familiar. Like, when you watch a basketball game, you kind of like, you just hone in on a player, like watch them move without the ball and shit like that. I've never really focused on him too much. He was awesome. He was absolutely awesome. I like Momcilovic. That's probably the square take or whatever, Ohio State always makes you buy in, and then they fucking let you down. I tweeted about it as soon as I did. Of course, they went on like a 25-0 run, whatever it was. Getting a lot of shit on that for it. But I'm glad Kentucky's out of this tournament. OA is really cool. Chandler sucks. Mark Pope sucks. Good riddance.
Yeah, there's not much to say. This felt really good. I had Iowa State. I stood on business. It felt really good to hit it, specifically because I'm such a Kentucky basketball hater, and I got lucky with the win over Santa Clara. And I felt like, man, I just get this Iowa State. I will have closed the season against Kentucky exactly the way I want to. Kentucky fucking sucks. And if I'm not mistaken, Iowa State went 1 for 12 from 3 in the first half and was still leading by 1. And I'm trying to be disciplined in this tournament, but my biggest regret is I looked at the fucking box score at 31-30 and I said, man, it's taking everything in me to not empty my entire account out on Iowa State right now. And then, of course, the second half goes exactly the way I think it's going to go. And I don't know. What's worse? Like, this Kentucky John Calipari thing, divorce, is so awful because Mark Pope is so bad, and Kentucky's been so bad since he got there. And now you have Arkansas. Last year, they upset the 2 seed. They're the only upset in the entire tournament. And you're like, oh, shit. Like, Calipari's winning the divorce. Now he has Acuff. He's going to the Sweet 16 while Kentucky's eliminated again. Woof. This is a brutal, brutal divorce for Kentucky and their fans. And like you said, we both agree they deserve better, but Mark Pope ain't that guy.
No, he's not. Nate Hoop says, Jeff, which one of your Final Four teams are still left?
Which one of your not St. Mary's or Ohio State?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Iowa State.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Iowa State. Who does Iowa State play this weekend?
We'll talk about it. Let's go to St. John's, Kansas. Awesome basketball game. I tweeted about this. It was like, it was, oh God, it's St. John's shooting from 3 like they're the Warriors. I'm like, what are they shooting right now? 26% or something, or 25%. Kansas was shooting 26%. It was so ugly, but it was kind of beautiful at the same time. I compared it to like a SEC football game in 2010, like 13-10 final. I took the live over. It lost, but it didn't play out how I thought it was going to play out. I guess I give some credit to Kansas for clawing back in that game, but ultimately I'm glad St. John's won. The better team won, in my opinion.
Better team won. This is a fun story, man. St. John's, another one of my body hair wig bets, but I'm starting to regret that because St. John's is a fun story, and I really want to go to DC and root for them against Duke. They're just locked in. I loved Rick Pitino's interview about the kid who took the game-winning shot, who I think hadn't had a basketball game.
Yeah.
Just great interview. Kansas sucks. Kansas is like Kentucky. They suck. They're bad. And it sucks for the people who didn't get the cover. I had St. John's money line parlayed with Purdue money line, so I guess you could say I got lucky. Sucks for people who didn't get the St. John's -3.5. I don't talk like this, but St. John's was 100% the correct side of this bet. So congrats to Kansas bettors. I think you got lucky there. Kansas stinks. They did make it a game at the end. Props to them for that, I guess. But, man, I am very happy with how this game turned out. I'm done watching Kentucky play basketball this year. 2 very bad teams that I feel like a lot of people didn't want to give up on because they're called Kentucky and Kansas, and I'm happy they're gone.
What was a luckier hit, Purdue or Kansas?
Purdue.
Randy Scott from ESPN replied to some guy in my tweet. That's hilarious.
Chat says Kansas. Wow, dominantly saying Kansas. Okay, fuck it. I'm not going to argue with you.
We were just having fun with Dan's lack of button control. Oh,
the reason I said Purdue over Kansas is Kansas came back and tied the game.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel lucky at that point, but man, St. John's was so the better team for a very long portion of it.
They were. All right, let's talk Tennessee and Virginia. Tennessee wins 79-72. I took Tennessee's team total under. God, I cannot get on the right side of a Tennessee game to save my fucking life.
Either, buddy, me.
You told me to get eyes on Virginia earlier this year. I never really watched a full game. I watched a little bit. I took Wright State. They were one of my dogs. They covered. They really played well most of the game, and then they didn't deserve to win. Virginia woke up late at the end, but Virginia just looks bitch made. They looked it. And I think the reason Tennessee dominated this game is because I don't know that Tennessee's very good, but they're not bitch made. Like, I don't know what to think about Ament. Like, sometimes I think he's a hooper and a baller, and then sometimes I agree with your tweets. It's like he's going to get a GM fired. I don't know. This guy, people were talking about him being a top 5 pick. No, absolutely not. Like, he could be like, what was fucking Cole Anthony, like 15? You know, he'd be like a mid first round pick. Like, I'd take a shot on him. But I just think Tennessee was the non-bitch made team. And I'm no more Virginia basketball. And like, I'm sorry. I know Chance Mallory, like, sure, he's a nice kid, like a decent player, whatever, but I don't know, man. Takari White, you know, these guys, what?
The things I want to say about that guy, I'll let you finish.
I like, oh my God. I know they were good this year. I know they were like a good basketball team, but on the court with a team like Tennessee, oh my God. Oof. Did not enjoy watching them for one fucking second. Not one.
So I bet Virginia. Props to Tennessee. Absolutely nothing fluky about this. Tennessee won, dominated, were the better team for the majority of the game, even when I think Ritter hit that 3 to make it 72-71, which, by the way, was Virginia's final point, which is pathetic. In March, you have March risers and you have March folders. Jakari White, holy shit, what a fucking what a horrible performance. When he airballed that last 3, I'm thinking, you must be mentally fucked in the head. I don't know how you airball a 3 from the corner. I don't know if I've ever seen that in the end of a close game in my entire life. One of the worst shots I've literally ever seen. I had a tweet all typed up. I'm like, going to go rant. And then I'm like, this is a fucking kid. What am I doing? I'm 36 years old. I'll just hit cancel and moved on with my life. He was dog shit. Also, Nate Ament, dog shit. He damn near lost his team the game. He can't even inbound the ball. When you can't trust this guy they're saying is going to be a top 10 pick in the draft to inbound a ball, and then they were taking him out for defensive plays and putting him back in for offensive plays. You're telling me this guy's a lottery pick? Absolutely not. It kind of reminds me of the combo we had with Cam is Money, where it's like everybody wants a wing in the draft because Kevin Durant. Ever since Kevin Durant, it's like there's this epidemic in the NBA where fucking everybody drafts these wings because they're super athletic. They got long arms, and you think that he's 19 years old. He's going to be a superstar, by the way, by the time he's 23, 24 years old, and he never develops. Let me tell you right now, Nate Ament is a soft bitch. At 19 years old, he'll be that at 20. He'll be that at 21. He'll be that at 22. He will never be a superstar in the NBA, ever. He will get a GM fired. With that being said, Jacoby Gillespie, March riser. He's been awesome. He's the guy. He looked like the guy again yesterday. I was impressed by him. I'm impressed by the fact that Tennessee played like a team that thought they were better than Virginia, even though they were a lower seed. They played like a team that thought they were better, and then they went out there yesterday and just looked like they were better. So props to Tennessee. Nothing bad to say about Tennessee at all.
And, what's this? Remember this celebration?
I love that celebration.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. Same with On His Head. You just cooked. I had one thought about Ament when I was watching him. I thought about tweeting it, but I was tweeting a lot, so I was like, maybe I'll save a few. Do you see a little Ben Simmons in Ament?
Yeah, but even much worse, to be honest. And obviously,
much.
No, listen. What Ben Simmons became was the worst thing ever. I don't know mentally what happened with Ben Simmons, but I do know that Ben Simmons was an incredible basketball player. Even in the NBA at a point, he was an incredible basketball player that I think most of us were convinced was going to be like a household name superstar in the league, and then just something weird happened. So I'm not going to – I really think something really odd happened in Ben Simmons' head, and I don't talk about mental health when it comes to athletes, but something happened to Ben Simmons that will just never make sense.
Yeah, but people are talking about like he's a better shooter or whatever. I'm not even talking about playing style. I'm talking about like in the eyes, like what you just said. Like Ament, I see a little Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I think Ben Simmons was a significantly better college basketball player.
Sure. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about either. I just meant like
style.
What?
Style? Is that what you mean? Play style?
No, I'm talking about like mentally. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know why that was so hard to grasp, but okay, my bad. Yes, in the eyes, like mentally, he's a little soft. And I know he's talented. I know they have different skill sets and whatever. I'm not even talking about physique, but just like a guy that's got hype. There's no fuck. Y'all can't judge him yet.
There's a lot of young guys, man. AJ DeBonsa's young as fuck. Darius Acuff's young as fuck. I don't like that excuse at all.
No, I don't like that at all. Hold on. How much money is Ament? Is Ament making money this year?
I would have to assume so.
What's his name? Nate Ament?
Yeah, he's got to be making money.
NIL deal. He's already signed a multi-year NIL deal with Reebok. He's making $4 million. Suck my fucking nuts. Yeah. Whoever just said that. Freeze.
Also, I got to give Ball Talk a little break. We don't glaze Ball Talk enough. He's a Vols fan. Yeah. Very realistic fan. We love realistic fans that keep it real. Props to Ball Talk.
Yeah. Let me tell you right now. If I make $4 million a year playing college basketball, two fucking old
wash. Kid, though. He's just a kid.
Well, let me tell you right now. Two old wash streamers on their fucking Twitch channel or Book It Sports Twitch channel can talk about me being a bitch. All right. I'll come in and drop some fucking subs too. How about that? $4 million at fucking 18, 19 years old, and you can't be judged? Hell no. Now, listen, I understand if you're talking about just player development, like, oh, the guy doesn't have a shot. Like Paulo. Paulo needs a better shot. He needs to work on this. He needs to work on that. I'm saying, which is kind of correlating to what Steak is saying, he's got some Ben Simmons to where I think he don't got it up here. That's what I think.
Yeah. And Freeze, I'm just going on record, been wrong plenty of times. I am writing Nate Ament off. That's a decision I'm making. Obviously, we'll see how that turns out. We'll revisit it when he gets to the NBA, but I am writing him off.
Yeah. Also, you got to keep in mind, we need to have opinions and takes. We're talking on a show with microphones, and we're not trying to be fucking Stephen A's over here. I think you can absolutely have that opinion. Now, when you said fucking Cooper Flagg didn't look like that guy, I was a little bit different.
Oh, don't do that. All
right. Now that's gaslighting. Just so you know, that's gaslighting. Okay,
cool.
Mr.
Thank you. Then I'll move.
Hold on. Snowman, if Snowman puts this much time into writing something, let's read it. By the way, I completely disagree. Simmons was completely this much of a mental bitch, even in college. Let's not forget all these events: missing the tourney, becoming academically ineligible due to skipping class, skipping playing for the Olympic team, refusing to work out for teams other than Philly. This was all before he was drafted.
I'll be real; I didn't remember any of that.
No, I don't really remember that either. But didn't play for the Olympic team. You remember shit like that? That's fucking crazy.
Snowman is a fountain of knowledge.
Yeah, he really is. I was listening to a stream on my drive, W Snowman, because I'm a snowmaniac. No big deal. He said this word. I think he said it's not even that big of a word, but the way he used it in a sentence, it was I don't know. It wasn't apparatus, but it was something that you just never hear anybody say. And it was the way he uses big words. It's incredible. It's really impressive. I admire that. Lozenges. Yeah. Lozenges. But a guy that used to work when I was younger with my dad, I remember I thought this guy was so smart, but he wasn't that smart. He's just when I say a big word, I just say it with confidence. I know what I'm saying. Half the times it's not even right. But if you say it with confidence, people are going to think that. Snowman's a guy where when he says something, I just think 100% he knows what he's using it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do I ever just think I'm an idiot? Brother, I know I'm an idiot. There ain't no fucking way.
I don't like when people act like you don't think you're an idiot. That's the only thing I don't enjoy with people is you always think you're an idiot. Your bio on Twitter is I'm an idiot.
Bro, it blows my mind. And I know Fat Girls isn't stupid, but if you go out of your way to type this, there is a chance that you don't think that I think I'm an idiot. And you can't be that dumb. But maybe you can be, maybe you can.
He's 11. He's 11.
By the way, shout out Hovey. As soon as Ohio State lost, this motherfucker retweeted my Ohio State CLV tweet. Literally like this. Let me just explain something to you. I do my best to remember tasks that I have to do during the day, during the week. And I'll use a calendar. I should use it a lot more. I'll forget things. I'll write notes in my phone. I'll text things. This guy, what do you call it? I don't even know if it's rent free. It's.
I don't think it could be rent free, but he is very committed. Very committed.
Very.
I do think he has some kind of folder or calendar app or something where he puts your tweets with reminders of when is the perfect time to retweet them. I do think he has that.
But let me just be clear, okay? Fat girls, are you listening? I love it. I just want to be clear. Like, I love it. It kind of goes back to like deciding to spend your life with a Spanish woman. Like, you're signing up for pain, but you love the pain. So I love the keeping it honest and keeping the ball busting and everything. As long as there's a balance, there's always just got to be a balance. That's what I say. There's always got to be a balance. And you know who's come around? I told you this on our trip. J.E. Thorpe has come around. Remember J.E. Thorpe?
No, yeah, he's great. He's to me.
I don't know about great. I don't know about great.
Great.
You do this.
Great
You do this thing all the time. You do this all the time. Don't fucking stretch it. I'm just saying he's come around. Okay, no more great. Your definition of great is insane. Great. It's getting a lot better though. Okay, we like that. Anyways, Kyle Hoove with a sub. He said, "Let's fucking go just in time for MLB season." That's right. It is in time for MLB season. We have baseball to talk. Not necessarily today, but we'll talk. All right, next game, Steak. Oh my God, Florida and Iowa. Oof. All right. I'm gonna Alan Dims myself. Okay, I'm gonna Alan Dims myself.
I don't even know this. No.
I got something to say. I'm all hopped up on Robitussin right now. The Gators are so not and have always not been that team with those fucking guards. Are you kidding me with this Xavion Lee guy? I mean, look, Condon and fucking Ha, they play their dicks off. Like, Ha has some fucking Westbrook in him. He is a psychopath, and I love it. But, oh, my God, all these fucking Florida CLV motherfuckers. Ooh, I got 19-1. I got 18-1. I got 17-1. Ooh, you see what the Gators are? I'm Alan Dimsey myself because I should have watched more ball. That team fucking blew. And I'm an idiot. Shame on me for thinking that they were going to go on a run because I really doubted Iowa. And if one more fucking person says than the name Bennett Sturts, stop with this guy. That's the one thing. I glazed Biev earlier. I see he's in here now. I glazed you with the Lipsy take. This guy is so fucking, and I'm not going to say bad, but like bland. He is not a dude. Stop it. He is not a fucking dude. And he was nowhere to be found yesterday. Nowhere. But oh my God, the Gators are bad, Steak. I know you're a Gators fan. Don't give me that pouty face. You won the championship last year. That was great.
No, no face. I just don't get why you thought this was the opportunity to take Gators alt line when I told you all day Iowa was covering and maybe winning. And I told you that I had a fucking dream one of the 1 seeds lost. And then I get on Twitter. You don't even run it by me. Gators alt line. This just was never the time to take Gators alt line. I almost wanted to Hovey you. I literally thought about Hoveying you. But I just want to say Xavier Lee's terrible. Boogie Fland is terrible too. Going from Boogie Fland to Darius Acuff is like going from Trent to Bain. Literally just like that. I can't understand how the last shot that wasn't a last shot was Xavier Lee dribbling it up the court. And then
I think it's Xavier, by the way.
That's what I said.
No, you're saying X, like Xavier.
Oh, you don't like the same way. You don't like to say, yeah, move on.
Whoa. Lozenge and lozenges.
Didn't even get a shot off. He sucks. The guards suck. They're awful guards.
Listen, you're right. I deserve to get Hovied. It's not that I doubted your dream because you have a really, really good read on your teams, especially when you're like going against them, which I really respect that a lot. Like, I am the total opposite. And I hope someday the average sports fan, most of our viewers and people in the space are young, and they're in this like frat bro, tough guy mentality of like, you can only bet on your favorite team. Blah, I'm cool. Hey, group chat, look at me. Boom, 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 boom. I bet on my favorite team. That is not cool. That's not fucking cool. That's like the meme where like the guy is like talking to the girl's ear and the girl's like whatever. It's actually a lot more respectful and admirable when you know your team actually might not show up. And you nailed that. I just really doubted Iowa. Yeah. Shame on me. And I like that fucking coach, McCullum, who looks like
I like him too. They missed some free throws at the end where you really thought they weren't going to get it done. The defense on the three was like really bad too, man. The defense, Florida was like really fucking bad at the end of that
They left a fucking a random white dude open in the last play against Iowa. That's like literally the one thing you don't do when you play the Iowa.
Just acted like they were confused somehow at the worst time you can be confused on defense. It was so odd.
Yeah.
No, correct, Panhandle. You're right. Qianlu was absolutely horrible too.
Yeah,
I almost felt like he didn't play. There were so many times I was watching that game yesterday, and I said, "Is Ruben Qianlu even fucking playing in this game?" I don't even understand. He was the definition of a non-factor.
I really liked how that Iowa coach. I don't know. I liked him. And Golden, when things go bad, Golden is such a dork. He is.
Yeah, well, there's the chirps are coming now because he has the championship run, but other than the championship run, he's like 0-5 or something in the tournament or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, when things are bad, Golden looks like a real big dork.
No, now I can tell you confidently they'll be in the Final Four next year.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. I mean, the Xavier Lee guy, and I know people kept saying like, "Oh, he's got the most points." I don't know, and I guess I saw somebody in here saying that was a bad take about Sturts. You're right. I mean, I guess it's not always just about scoring. You're right. I understand.
You know why I thought it was a bad take about Sturts? He can't hit a three for some reason, which surprised me. I really did genuinely believe he was going to be a March riser. That's why I backed Iowa in back-to-back games, which is hilarious to say. He seems like, one, hands down the leader of that team. Two, makes very few mistakes. Three, fucking awesome teammate and just a level-headed dude. I would want him on my team at any point. So if the threes start falling, which I think is the biggest nightmare for Nebraska, who I still think I'll be backing Nebraska in that game, but if the threes start falling, yeah, I'm not going to shit on Sturts.
No, you're right. You're right. We got a new follow and a first-time chatter. Golden is a grade A pussy. The Hawks did it. Can't believe this is my life. Congratulations to any Iowa fans out there. That really is awesome. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll walk back the Sturts take. It wasn't even like threes, dude. He had a take at the end of the game where I think he went to the basket and he threw it off the backboard and it didn't even hit the rim.
It was really bad. He thought Boogie Fland had his hand on his arm, and it was like very NBA-ish, where the whole point of that for Bennett Sturts was to draw a foul.
Yeah.
But he didn't draw the foul, and it was awful shot, awful possession. You
just got really glitchy. Is it me or is it you?
I don't see anything happening differently, but I can leave and come back if you think.
No. We'll fight through it. Chad, are you guys okay on your end? Steak just got really Walmart-y for me. But if we're fine, we're fine. I'm sure they can hear us anyway.
Never heard Walmart-y before.
Oh, well, it's like book it lingo too when you're
I'll be back. Okay.
No. Okay, all right, fine. See you.
You're saying I'm blurry, but should I just fight through?
I think you should fight through. You're already clearing up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. That was Iowa, Florida. And then this is where I have such a fucking problem with the tournament, dude. Like, bro, Arizona, Utah State, UConn.
Hold on. One more thing. Just want to address TC's comment. Yes, this is true. If he makes the free throw, they go up 3. But we have to remember also, if I'm not mistaken, Iowa missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s in that game too.
Oh, yeah.
So I just think the Gators fucking blew it.
Sturts missed one too.
That I don't remember.
He did. I'll go find the fucking play-by-play. I couldn't.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyways, 3 games on at like 9:00 on the East Coast. What the fuck? Like, seriously, 1 game at noon, 1 game at 2:30, 1 game at 5. Then you cram like 6 games between 7 and 9:45. Does that make any sense? Does that make
no? Wait till you see the Sweet 16. You're gonna be legitimately upset. It's like 7:10, 7:45, and then 2 late games. Yeah, Houston, Illinois, the best game of the fucking tournament. Maybe
is that 10?
That's what Jay Thorpe saying.
Dude, honestly, I'm trying to do a better job of just you can only control things that you can control, and I have no control over this.
Yeah, and let's be clear, and you don't have to say anything until I say something. We're not actually bitching about the West Coast. If anything, I think we might be bitching about the East Coast, because I used to be such an East Coast rider, but lately watching sports in different time zones, it just might be better.
Yeah, but my question is why it's the decision making. Why are they making everything so late for the East Coast to appease the West Coasters? The West Coast gets everything at prime time.
Because you got to remember, the games that start at 7 start for 4 o'clock for the people. In the
I understand how basic.
So we get the 7 o'clock games essentially in prime time for us, but they get the 10 o'clock games in prime time for them. That's what I'm starting to think, LMG.
Dude, I get how it works. Let's talk about a solution. There has to be a compromise on both sides. It shouldn't just be the East Coast that gets fucked with Houston, Illinois at 10 o'clock. You ready for this?
But there's people in the West Coast who could argue they're getting fucked by games at 7 because they're not even off work yet.
Hold on.
Okay, don't get your blood pressure up. What I said was very.
But you're getting it up. Okay, I just said there has to be a compromise. I understand that. So how about this? 8:30, even fucking 8:45. Yeah. So, anyways, you get it at 5:30, 5:45 on the West Coast. What's the fucking problem with that? There is no problem. Give me a break, bro.
Central time might just be it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's all about the mountain.
Was it Eastern time zone in Dayton?
Yeah, and then it was Central in Nashville.
Yeah, confusing.
Very, very confusing. Anyways, Arizona and Utah State. I had Utah State plus 12 in this game. Did I get fucked?
I mean, you didn't get fucked, and then you got fucked. Yes, ultimately you got fucked.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything to report. Do you?
Props to Utah State for, I guess, somewhat making it interesting in the end. No doubt who the better team was or who was going to win this game at any point. I think Arizona started to perform like a well-oiled machine. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't want to be a hater. I don't really know how Arkansas competes in this game with them next week. Like I said, not talking about the games next week yet, but it has to be mentioned. I'm not sure. And Arkansas probably has to score 100 plus to keep in Arizona next week. So I'm excited to watch that one. I think it should be a good time. Darius Acuff is awesome, but as people can't forget to mention, he is really, really bad defensively, and he got absolutely cooked by that guy on High Point. I think Rob Martin was his name. I think they're going to cook him. I think Arizona's got a pretty much just coast to the championship against Michigan. We'll see.
Okay. UCLA, UConn wins 73-57. This was the only bet I hit yesterday, my only decent read. I was in the spaces with Ramble talking about this, and even UConn fans are down on UConn. Don't think they can win anything. UCLA became a really, really trendy team. Again, I don't have much to comment because I didn't watch much of this game, but I'm not totally surprised to see that this is the final score. And what I mean by that is double-digit victory for UConn and a low-scoring game for UCLA. So congrats to the Huskies. I mean, they won it ugly, and they're really being counted out. Not even counted out, just not respected by a lot of people in the college basketball landscape, I think. And, everybody, when you get past the big three stake, when you get past Duke and Michigan and Arizona, people are starting to love fucking St. John's. And then you start talking about buying into Purdue. I'm telling you, man, nobody's really talking about UConn. And I don't even think UConn's very good. Even Jack Mack gave me some props today, and he was like, "You're right about solo ball." Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I want to talk about that first, but first let me say I made a mistake. It's not Michigan, Arizona, Natty. I'm sorry. It's Michigan, Arizona Final Four, so that's a mistake. I apologize. Two, solo ball fucking sucks. Solo ball fucking sucks. But if somehow, some way he can figure out how not to suck, which I think is still pretty unlikely, yes, UConn is probably a contender, but oh my God, solo ball sucks. With that being said, the amount of people I saw in UCLA yesterday was insanity. I could not believe how many people just like UCLA now randomly out of nowhere. And I don't even know what they did to make people like them. It's not like they strung together a bunch of impressive wins in a row. They had a few, sure, but the UCLA love was the most baffling of this entire tournament. Like, everybody loves Arkansas. You can understand why. It makes perfect sense, but loving UCLA was bizarre. I didn't get that.
I don't get it either. Yeah, great take.
If it was an LA theory bet, Snowman, I was not aware of that. It's probably good because then I would have nuked UCLA. So,
chat, you don't have to glaze me, but you also can if you want to, on being a ball knower and being the first one to tell you that solo ball is ass, because Jeff Rosa knows an insane amount of ball. I'm not shitting on him. The defense of solo ball was, he's got like the best shooting percentage in college basketball. Don't care.
Yeah. Jeff Rosa owns me. I went against him with Gonzaga in Texas and University of Virginia and Tennessee. So 0-2.
I think Rosa's kind of in his bag. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He had some really good reads yesterday for sure.
Mm-hmm. we'll talk about this next game, and I want to give some credit to some people that I heard talk about this game in the spaces yesterday. Texas Tech 65, Alabama 90. Hand up. Horrendous wager, and this is why people flat bet. If you don't know what flat betting is it's where you make the same. Every bet is the same unit amount. So you just 1 unit across the board, half unit across the board. When you start to fluctuate, you'll win a couple of 1 unit wagers. You make a 5 unit play, you lose. I made Texas Tech my 2 unit play. It's like the worst wager of the tournament. Then watched second of it. Unfortunate. I was in the spaces, going to battle for Texas Tech. I saw the shooting percentages just horrendous from 3, 4 for 25. I think Texas Tech was from 3. Awful. I didn't really respect this Alabama team. Kudos to MJ. He was on them. And there was a guy, I think you did a collab with him. Oh, you're so a fucking collab guy. Casual Fade or something.
He be me.
I am, but I'm just like we talked about with Nate Ament. I can still fucking laugh at it. You can laugh at me too, but hold on. You did a collab with a guy named Casual Fade who was a Bama slurper. Somebody came up after. I don't know who it was, but he was just talking ball. He just if
you don't remember his name?
No, but he was like, I don't know. He came after me and everybody else spoke. He was like, I don't know how this is a good matchup for Texas Tech. Like they don't match up well anywhere. And he was talking about the bigs and he was talking about some guy off the bench. And he was talking about how Holloway removed from the team actually helps because they're better defensively on the perimeter. This fucking guy, whoever was in that space, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, deserves some serious fucking glaze. He was so good. And Casual Fade was pretty good too. And shout out to anybody who did not bet Texas Tech. I don't even care if you bet Alabama. Shout out to anybody who did not bet Texas Tech because it was never the Red Raiders. So
it was never the Red Raiders, but I'm very bummed about the over not hitting. Falling 9 points short in a game where I think they missed 53s combined and Texas Tech shot 4 of 25. I am bummed about that. The pace was there all game. I really think that game should have soared over, not just went over. So I'm bummed about that. Texas Tech was a bad wager. Alabama shot 42 threes. Do I think that there's just any chance they have the play style to compete with Michigan? Not really. Not really. I picked some upsets this round. I'm trying to figure out if one of these 1 seeds can lose in the next round, and all I'm coming up with is Duke. But I feel like the way Duke's played, everyone's going to say that. But God, that fucking over. Yeah, good bet, Snacks. Good bet. I mean, you were the only person on it.
Funny Degen can't remember his name, so he just glazed in a glaze. Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. I'd love to remember his name so we could give the guy
yeah.
But if he was in here, could help us out or something.
Well, that's kind of also why I'm doing it. I'm sure there's fucking hundreds of people in there. Not one person knows who I'm fucking talking about. Anyways, we'll find it.
Thought we were gonna get there.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, good stuff. It's 11:36. I'm hanging in there. Shout out Robitussin. And by the way, Aura Ring just commented on my tweet and they said we hope you feel better. So thank you, Aura Ring. You want to talk about these spreads real quick? Early.
We just do every game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, go us. Yeah, I mean, I think we should be talking about it for sure.
All right.
I don't want to go crazy. We're just doing first glance.
No. Yeah, and the type of guys we are, we change our opinions all the time.
Yeah.
You might change your opinion in fucking 3 hours.
I might.
Purdue 7 against Texas, total 149.5. I think it's kind of interesting, but maybe it's not that interesting that they're the same number essentially against Texas that they were against Miami. I think Miami was a 7 seed and Texas is the 11. So maybe when you put it that way, it makes a little bit more sense. But I think Texas has looked pretty good. And beating BYU with AJ and then beating Gonzaga, who was a 3, right? I think. I thought they would get a little bit more respect. This line's about maybe a point and a half higher than I would have expected. I was thinking maybe 5.5. Obviously, that's the math on that.
I get what you're saying. Like, ultimately, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. However, if Texas played Miami in an NCAA tournament game right now on a neutral, I think it would be a pick'em.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
I think it would be similar to Tennessee, Virginia. Like, Texas maybe -1 against a higher seeded team that people kind of think is better. Like, a lot of people thought Tennessee was better, so it made sense they were favored against Virginia, despite the fact that Tennessee was 6 and Virginia was 3. This would be Texas 11, Miami 7, and I think it would be pretty similar. Immediate lean off the jump is Purdue.
Is that because of the spread?
It's because of the spread, and I really, really don't trust Texas to continue to put it together.
No, TMC says the over. I thought this was an under. That's what I thought. I don't know. I mean, I think if Purdue covers this number, it's because Texas isn't scoring. That's what I think. I think this is like I think this could be like a UConn UCLA.
I agree.
You like points?
I kind of like points from Purdue.
Well, that's fair. I'm not saying I like Texas, just to be clear.
Yeah, you're saying you like you kind of are saying you like Texas team total under, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Sage just said it. Yeah. I think that well, here's what I think. Texas, they've got some size. Biev is right. They do have some dudes. They can bang. They're also kind of playing a little fearless. They certainly weren't scared of fucking BYU. They took it to Gonzaga. I think Texas is going to give you a pretty good showing. I don't think they're going to shit their pants, or I don't think the lights are going to be too bright. Purdue's got the pressure. I think Purdue has the pressure. And what do they say about pressure?
Makes diamonds.
Has nothing to do with where I'm going. I was expecting a different saying. But anyways, there's
what is the other thing about pressure?
Pressure reduces points.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. This is exactly like, give me an example, by the way, but let's keep going.
At least I came up with something other than, you always do this.
You can't just spit out anything. Pressure is earned. Wow. I like that one. I have a feeling that's Pega. I'm going to guess that one's Pega.
Anyways, I do like the under. I'm not fading Purdue, man. I really do. They have that look. They're playing really well. And Fletcher Lawyer, they go as he goes, in my opinion.
That's the saying.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Hell yeah. Pressure
bust pipes. It is Pega. Steaks knows book it ball. I bet I could tell everyone behind this page whenever they comment.
I bet you fucking could. All right, Nebraska, Iowa. I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I already know. You ready?
Blaze me, the guy who's 4-0 betting both of these teams in the tournament so far.
Well, I'm curious to hear where you stand, but I'm going to give you my opinion first because I don't want to make it seem like I'm tailing the 4-0 guy.
Okay.
I think everybody's going to fade Nebraska again.
Love it.
I think it's Nebraska.
Not only is it a Steak Sunday collab, it looks like it might be a Snowman collab too. 3 S's. Give me Nebraska. It is Nebraska's year. And you think during Nebraska's year they're going to lose to Iowa in the Sweet 16? Absolutely not. Dream matchup. What a dream this is, that Nebraska gets to play Iowa for a chance to go to the Elite Eight. Nebraska. I will be riding Nebraska till the wheels fall off. And yes, I do have a championship ticket.
I saw Snowman said Nebraska large, so I'll switch it up. I'll let him have the large on this one, and I'll say Nebraska heavy.
Nebraska heavy, Nebraska large, and I'll say Nebraska fuckfest.
Ooh, oh yeah.
It's a Nebraska.
All right, let's go to Arkansas and Arizona. Arizona laying 8 totals, 167. Can you take me higher? It would be kind of funny if this was a, contrarian under that hit like Alabama, Texas Tech, but I don't know, man. Arizona is really good, no doubt about it. Like they're pretty popular, but that shit happens, that shit hits. So I'm not going against it for any sort of stupid contrarian reason. I like Arkansas. I hope Arkansas wins.
They won't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's Arizona. I think Arizona is like a safe lay piece. All right, if you want to get greasy.
I think that Arizona has a chance of ruining the fun for everyone who's probably really excited about this game by beating the shit out of Arkansas so badly.
Yeah, I agree. Houston, 3.5 against Illinois. Great game. Too bad it's at 10:05 Eastern to make sure that the fucking assholes on the West Coast get it nice and prime. I kind of shit on MJ's pick for Illinois to win it all, mainly because I'm not a Brad Underwood guy. But I don't know if he's going to like to hear this or not. I've been really hot and cold in this tournament. I like Illinois. I'm not the biggest Houston guy. I'm just not.
What is this shit? What is this? How does the NCAA let this be a home game for Houston?
Oh, I don't know.
That just shouldn't be able to happen in the tournament. I don't like that at all.
I don't get it. I don't.
An hour away from Nebraska or however far Oklahoma City is, I don't know, 3 hours, totally fine. The fucking Sweet 16 being in Houston, in the region that Houston's a 2 seed, is just nuts.
Yeah. Well, I like Illinois. You gonna give a take on the game?
Houston. I'm not going to do what you did. 7.5 hours. See, even that's fucking wow. Nebraska fans really showed up. God, props to them. Props to Nebraska fans. 7.5 hours. People were acting like they went down the street.
Brother, that's that. Just so you know, though, like people in those regions, they will drive. Like,
no, I'm not surprised. I am impressed. I want to make sure you understand the difference. I'm just impressed by Nebraska fans. They flooded. Yeah, no shit. Anyways, give me Houston. Give me Houston. I'm taking a chance that they don't show up offensively, the guards specifically. But if they do, Houston will win this game.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to ride with the Illini, even though I don't really believe in them.
I'm not ready to glaze the Illini for beating Penn and VCU, respectfully.
Me too. VCU is not good. Not good. And I did see Crutch mention that their best player got hurt. I forgot that. That's a fair point. All right, let's go to Sunday. Sorry, not Sunday. Friday. You'll be boots on ground. I don't know if I'm going to join you. I'm really going to try. Depends on Corp.
This is gonna hit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I know. I'm pretty jealous. I mean, these are two unbelievable games. If I can get down there, I will. I'll tell you that. You already have your tickets?
No.
Okay. Duke, St. John's. Duke 6.5. That feels like too many points.
Really?
You don't agree?
Yeah, I'm just riding. I'm going to bet St. John's again. The game is in DC, ball talk.
141.5. Now this seems like a square under.
Yeah.
Kind of agree with Snowman. This line, you talk about the fucking talk about the Purdue line. There's a lot of respect for Duke.
Everybody in the chat likes Duke. Everybody in the chat likes Duke.
All right.
And I fear, not that the chat is full of ball knowers and I always glaze them, but I fear people are going to do what they've been doing with Duke and convince themselves Duke is the sharp side. Here come the fucking Johnnies. Can't shoot the basketball and couldn't possibly score enough points on this amazing Duke defense to be competitive. Couldn't possibly happen. But they're respected. They're tough as fucking nails. They got Rick Pitino, and I just want to back St. John's here on the spread so badly.
You know what? I like it. I'm with you. Fuck Duke. Fuck Duke. You're right. I don't care. I don't care. I'll bet. I'll bet on the
hate when PC does this because when he does this, he's right. It's not a good basketball reason. Duke looks bad. Duke does not look good to me. Duke, the best basketball reason I have is that if Duke doesn't get a favorable whistle, which that's a big ask, I really do think St. John's can play in this game.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, St. John's didn't really play all that great against Kansas. They shot like 30%.
See, I can't really say I agree with that.
Okay.
Spread is 6.5, AB.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride. Give me the vibes. Give me the vibes. One dude had like 7 threes. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Michigan, Alabama. 10. Total 174. I don't know, man. Alabama, pretty scrappy team in tournaments, but I'm not a Nate Oates guy. I think Michigan woke up. I think they are up. I probably lean Michigan here. But
this is my over. I think you mentioned an over in the other game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Who's the other one seed? Arizona.
Well, I said Duke St. John's would be an obvious under that I would consider.
This is the obvious over.
Arkansas, Arizona, maybe is what you're talking about. This is the obvious over, really?
Yeah, the obvious over. I'm betting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. UConn 2
Michigan scores 104 points. Alabama scores 90 points. And yes, I know that's crazy, but I really actually genuinely believe that. 104-90.
Okay. What's Snowman, the Michigan hate watcher, saying about this game?
I don't know. He's too busy glazing Duke. No, it looks like he likes the over.
God, it does make me sick. Oh,
guy loves Duke.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I mean, if it wasn't like, I actually really like Snowman, but if I wasn't that familiar with Snowman and all I saw was his Duke propaganda, I would fucking hate Snowman. I'd be like, ew, this guy didn't even go to Duke and all he does is bet Duke every game and bet Cooper Flag every game. Get him out of here.
Not Joey Dumps, dude. Joey Dumps fucking loves him. Wispy Salt, I would agree. I think, or TC, whoever said it first, Michigan team total over does feel like the best look in this game.
True. Does the Duke hate stem from the 90s? I mean, yeah, like when I was a kid, I just hated every dynasty though. So they were weird.
I don't actually hate Duke. Is that weird? Like
You don't hate anything.
I hate some things. Let's see what's sports wise. What do I hate? It's tough. What do I hate? What pissed me off?
What team do you hate? What college team do you hate? Do you have a like? I hate.
I hate college teams. I mean, obviously, I hate Georgia.
Oh,
really don't like Georgia, but they're just so good. I'll be honest with you. I really fucking hate the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
I really don't fuck with the Green Bay Packers.
You know what I hate?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear it.
About the Green Bay Packers, I hate when their fans tell you that they own like shares in the team, you know, because the Packers do that. Like you can own part of the Packers. Like I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. All right.
Man that's never been to Green Bay. It's like you don't own fucking shit. You haven't even been there, and you're from Florida. Why the fuck are you a Packers fan? It makes no sense.
Kate with a sub, 43 months. Morning, fellas. Good morning, Kate. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to the board review, we're here every weekday on the Book It Sports Twitch and YouTube channels. All right, I'm starting to struggle here. Let's wrap it up. 2 more games. UConn and Michigan State. UConn 2, the total 136.5. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, it's a coin flip.
Yeah, I think the January, February Izzo thing is going to be real strong in this one. Yeah, but you've been, Pat. I got so many friends that are Packers fans for no reason. There's just literally not a reason. And
they all call cough drops lozenges.
Yeah. You think for 1 second I'm going to this game to not fade Tom Izzo? You think for even 1 fucking second I'm doing that?
No, you're gonna fade Tom Izzo. I hope he puts his
absolutely betting UConn. I will not be flip-flopping. I apologize for cutting you off. I am betting UConn.
So the game that we're gonna see when we're boots on ground Sunday is the winner of St. John's Duke against the winner of Michigan State UConn.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Nutty.
Oh man.
Nutty.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I got to rally before then, that's for sure. Last game, Iowa State 4 against Tennessee. Ooh, I think this line's short.
Without, I don't know about that. 4.5 against Kentucky. Wasn't that with the same spread? How's this short?
Oh, they were like 5.5.
It closed at 4.5, but even if it was 5.5, I still don't think this line's short whatsoever at all.
Okay. I don't think this line is short. This is Iowa State respect. Really? I thought it was respect to Tennessee.
I think it's Iowa State respect without their best player for sure.
And we also got Tennessee as a favorite against Virginia.
Yeah, fuck Virginia.
No, I know, but I'm saying.
I think this is.
I think the odds makers are respecting Tennessee, maybe for a reason. I think I might take Tennessee.
Or Joshua Jefferson might be back. I did not know there was a possibility of that.
Yeah. We do better when you do that somehow. Ball talk is not wrong. I can't. I'm gonna bet on Tennessee. They're gonna lose by 30. Fade them, they win.
That's what I thought. G-Man G. I thought it was we could get him back next game if he. I'm gonna say
Got it. Okay. All right. Steak. Good stuff today. What time is it? 11:51. Did pretty good for
I have a question though. So baseball opening day is coming soon.
Yeah.
Should we talk baseball tomorrow?
Yeah.
We should talk baseball, right?
Yeah. Like how?
I think we should do a steak and Sunday season preview with the help of
get familiar.
Get familiar. I got a couple things I like. I'm not going to spoil it. White Sox money line.
Well, actually, how about we just do like a deep dive? Let's go through the divisions. Let's pick teams. Let's read a bit about who they got, who they don't have, what their odds are. That'll be fun. Yeah, MLB season preview tomorrow.
Yeah, and yes,
how much I need to guess? I'm not opposed.
Yeah, but who do we get?
I know.
A baseball guest would be fun, but also us being idiots would also be fun. Well, we'll work on it, chat. But either way, tomorrow is a baseball stream.
Tomorrow, baseball stream. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Make sure you're liking, subbing on the YouTube, following on the Twitch page. Don't go anywhere. Is Book It back? BTL back?
I think we got BTL 12:30. I think we got the Yap at 2.
Great.
Look forward to it.
Great. Awesome. All right. You guys have a great day. Good luck on all your wagers. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, 10 a.m.